here we have Alpo Martinez, one of Harlem's dope boys of the past. Now he's resting in piss, you dig? While I speak ill of that situation right there of him resting in piss, this man has killed close friends, close associates for no reason, for the greed of money, for the love of money. Bone Thugs and Harmony, for the love of money. And now he has met his own demise. Someone came back for the big payback, you understand me? And this guy is a definition of a real demonic scumbag. And in this video, he's going to take you through a tutorial of some of the killings that he committed of his close associates and close friends. Let's begin, shall we?
That night, and I pulled it right here. He got into the van right here, and once he got into the van, I knew I had to lock. I locked the doors, and as I was pulling off, I was asking him, because it didn't take long after I pulled off. I was asking him like, "Yo, Rich, where did you get that boat from? Man? That shit was good." Because I wanted to make him comfortable. That shit was good as a motherfucker. He's like, "I got it from my connect." I said, "Oh yeah."
Wow, you hear that? He said, I wanted to make him feel comfortable. What a fucking snake. Imagine you making your best friend or one of your friends feel comfortable so you can kill him over some drugs. It's fucked up, man. It's a fucked up game, man. You dig? This is why I say the streets are not for nobody. You dig? You know, they say the streets ain't for me. No, the streets are not for anybody. You never win against the streets, man. It's a cold, cold-hearted game. You dig? Let's get more into it.
So from there, I knew he was like, I turned to my little man. I gave the nod. As I gave him the nod, my little man spent the short so he could stand up in the van.
Now, his little man he's speaking of, I'm assuming is Big Hit Gary. Another associate of his that he ends up killing himself. He takes Big Hit Gary on the same boat ride through the streets of Harlem, or through the streets of some streets, I forget what the city they're in. But nonetheless, Big Hit Gary meets his same demise, the way he kills Rich Porter by the hands in the nod, the head nod of Alpo Martinez. What a cold game, man. It's a cold thing, you dig?
See her with 2 gunshots, bang, bang. Rich slumped over, and it happened. It happened right here. It happened here.
Man, he's reliving this moment. He almost choked up a little bit, but he knows nobody's gonna give a fuck. You know, alligator tears of a snake. It's a cold combination.
Just like it happened. I'm saying, in my mind, I'm saying to my little man, no, he's dead. He's done it. He just got hit with 357. Twice. The only sign I heard was, him releasing his breath. His last breath. So I'm assuming that he's dead. And I need to find a place to put his, leave his body without anyone seeing me and seeing the van or just, so the only place I can think of is just driving. And it's just so funny. I'm saying City Island, but I'm not even sure if I wanted City Island, but I just knew I wanted to get off the streets and get onto a highway.
How did you feel? Was you mad? Was you angry? Like, what was going on in your head?
I was very mad. I just killed a nigga that I loved. A nigga that I was getting.
Man, do you hear that? I just killed a nigga that I love. It's a cold, cold game out here, man. These streets don't love nobody. He's talking about love. These streets don't love nobody. Only hate. Demonic shit comes from this type of shit. Not love. If you love somebody, you love a person, you would never, ever want to harm them in the way in which this man brought harm and violence to this man. His best friend, Rich Porter, out the game, fucking with a lane.
Money with nigga that I called my brother. We kept.
He seems a tad bit remorseful. You can see it in his eyes. Like, I wonder, that's one question nobody ever asked him. I wish I could have had the chance to ask that man, if you could go back, would you do it again? Would you kill your friend for a couple of ends and leave that man at the dead end? Man, would he? What y'all think he would say?
We kept driving this way, and until I could find a remote spot to leave the body. Go around this turn right here. Yeah, loop it real quick. It was somewhere over here. So I pulled over like right here. Just
somewhere over here. This nigga's crazy, yo. If a nigga talk like that, stay away from him. Somewhere over here. That nigga's crazy.
Do the van on as close as I can to the rail. Once I pulled over, my little man, Gary's probably like 5'3", 1 something, so.
I was right. He was speaking to Big Head Gary. Another associate, friend of his, that he ends up killing. Let's find out what the deal is.
I'm trying to stay behind the steering wheel. I'm trying to stay in the driver's seat just in case we gotta pull off, and have him go dump the body. But when he went to go try to dump, get Rich out the car, he couldn't pick him up. He couldn't pick him up. Rich was bigger than him, so he couldn't move him to put him in the woods and all that. So now I had to get out the van to go help him. And when I went to go,
now mind you, keep in mind, Rich Porter, he trusts this man. You got to think, at this very moment, at this very time, Rich Porter had his young nephew or brother finger chopped off and sent to him, held for ransom. He was frustrated. AZ, he just got shot with all the people in his house, his family members, like 3 or 4 of them getting executed right in front of him. A couple of them lived. He lived. Like, all this is going on at the same time that this man decides he wants to kill his friend over some fucking money, a business deal, and some drug shit. Man, these are some cold streets, you dig?
help him, Richard made a sound. So that shit startled me. Oh shit, he's still alive. So I grabbed the gun. From my little man and pulled.
Really? Startled? What the fuck can possibly startle you, you evil motherfucker?
One in his head. And then I had to pick him up. And dump him in the woods and leave his body. I was able to, get him where he needed to be. And then we jumped back in the
Wow, get him where he needed to be. This motherfucker's more arrogant than he should be allowed. Cold motherfucker.
And I made sure I didn't skid off or anything like that to leave any kind of tracks. And we left. And the rest was the newspapers. The rest was history.
Stop. When Richard was
don't understand that statement, but that's the way he felt. And again, that's just, I guess he feels better if he glorifies him. So, but let's keep it real now. How'd they even get the idea that you killed Rich? Huh? How did they find out that you killed Rich? I told them. You told them? I told him. You told AZ? Yeah, I told AZ I killed Rich. Why'd you tell him? I was on the phone talking to him, and I said, I know you want to know.
This motherfucker sound like he's eating a bag of fucking popcorn. I told him. Yeah, I killed the motherfucker. Like, what the fuck is wrong? Is people out here like this? And you know, if you go even deeper with it, what makes a motherfucker condition their mind to really get on this kind of time, you dig? Do you want to go there? .com. I think not. You might end up like Alpo Martinez.
Just like I said when I told some people, how did the police know? Huh? How did the police know? The police? Right. I told them. You told them too?
This nigga sound like he's eating a Popeye special. He talks about it so candidly. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I had to confess to all these murders and all that. Oh, okay, just in case it came up later. Right. When you're in that situation as far as dealing with the government or cooperating, you don't just tell other people, you gotta tell your involvement too. Okay. You don't just tell what other people did, you gotta tell what you did too. It's like a double-edged sword. Okay. Okay, I gotcha. You gotta miss.
You hear that? The streets are not bleak, neither are they meek. And they will definitely rock you to sleep. He said the government's like a double-edged sword. You can't tell. You can't just tell what the fuck other people did. You gotta tell your involvement as well. What you gonna tell, motherfucker, huh? These streets ain't no motherfucking joke out here, you dig?
A serious misconception as far as, snitching or cooperating and all that. When you sit down with people, depends who you are and what your dealing is and all that. But since I was at the top of the totem pole, right? They want you to tell everything. I got to tell everything that was my involvement. Everything I had something to do with, I had to.
Man, look at them. They look like kids. They look like kids. And they was making buku money in the streets. Think how smart. Now just imagine this picture. And just picture them. Imagine them being in college. Going to college for getting, and they just graduated getting their master's in psychology or a lawyer or some shit like that. Look how that could have changed. That vision, that perception changes that these two individuals. And it's hard to imagine that so much violence was accumulated from just them knowing each other. It goes deeper than that, but they knew each other. And if they didn't know each other, what would have happened in their life? You never know. It's deep. It's deep like that sometimes.
So I was the person who executed Rich, so I couldn't just say, Gary killed him. No, I had something to do with that also. I was there. I pulled the trigger also. You pulled the trigger also? Yeah, I pulled the trigger also. I mean, when we first hit him, like I said, I want to leave that. But when he first was hit, he didn't.
Man, this man looks like a kid in this picture. He looked like he might have been 19, 20. Man, it's sad. It's sad. It's a sad thing all around for everybody, for Rich Porter, for Alpo, for everybody that was involved, the family members that didn't deserve, And you got to think, coming up in the 80s and whatnot, man, times was hard. A lot of black people was poor. The only time you seen people with some money that I remember were people that dealt with drugs or they had a church or something like that going on. But besides that, you didn't see any influences, and, education wasn't important like it is now. You didn't have YouTube and all this information available to you back then, man. It was the real deal poverty skill, you dig? And a lot of us, were witnesses to poverty as black folks in the hood, you dig? So you got to take that in consideration as well. And who the fuck puts these drugs out here? You know what I'm saying? Especially back then. Niggas wasn't smart enough to... Where did the first piece of crack come from? Think about that type of shit, man. The government.
He didn't die right away. Okay. He didn't die? No, he didn't die right away when he first was sitting in that chair, no. So you had to hit him? Yeah. Why you didn't hit him in the head? That's what you said? We got hit. Okay.
Why the fuck would this... See, the person that asked that question sounds sick himself. Why ain't you hit him in the head? Motherfucking... Did you want to be part of the shit or something? You fucking... People are fucking evil, homie.
That's when he grabbed the door handle or whatever you said. He was on the door handle, man. Okay. You didn't get scared. That's once again, I said you didn't even... You had the tinted windows and the bullets never shattered none of the windows? No. I was in a big bed. Okay. That's incredible. I'll tell you, I'm not...
Told you, that guy who's asking the questions, he's sick himself. What the fuck do you mean that's incredible? What's incredible about it?
I wasn't scared, you know that? You know that I wasn't, you know that I wasn't scared, no. And all those things, you know, I'm gonna be true, you know, I never did. I just always wanted to make sure I got away with it and I did right. But as far as being scared,
We're gonna leave it
no, I
right
wasn't
here.
really scared.
We're gonna come back with a part 2 and make it do what it do.